What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Give everybody a few minutes to hop on. Give everybody a couple minutes to hop on before we get started with the watch list today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, to be honest. So it's gonna be a good one. If you can, drop in the chat where you watching from. Let me know where everybody from. Where are you watching from today? Got a good watch list coming for y'all. I'll give everybody a few minutes to hop on before I get started. We're gonna talk about some plays from last week, what's going on in the market, things to watch out for. We're gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. South Florida, shout out to South Florida. Miss Naomi, Justin, Courtney, how y'all doing? Maria, Real, what's going on? What's going on? About to get started in just a minute. Give everybody a little time to hop on. Atlanta, Detroit, New Jersey, Statesboro. Shout out to Statesboro. Shout out to Statesboro. North Carolina. Everybody tapping in from all over. That's amazing. That's amazing. I challenge everybody to share this. Share this with at least one person. Share this with at least one person that you know that might be a beginner, or if you're a beginner, share it with somebody else that's a beginner. Jamacio, what's going on? How you doing, Jamacio? What's going on? We about to go ahead and get started. Just a second. It's 7:05. Want to be respectful to everybody's time. Everybody that don't make it gonna have to catch the replay. Alright. I ain't gonna hold y'all hostage no longer, man. We'll go ahead and get started. Let's go and get started, man. It's going to be a great week. I feel like it's going to be a really great week. What you will notice is when the stock market starts being wild, when it starts falling, a lot of people disappear. A lot of people disappear when the market starts falling. But you don't realize you make the most money when the market is coming down. You ought to love the red days. As a long-term investor or short-term, if you're long-term, it just gives you more opportunity to buy into your stocks. There's a lot of stocks that fell more than 10% last week. You know what I'm saying? And then if you are a short-term investor or you just, day trader, you will love from things like this because stocks fall a lot faster than they rise. Okay? So think about certain stocks that have been rising. You may have noticed the last couple days, the gains from the whole week just got killed, Stocks always kind of take the elevator down and they take the stairs coming up. Right? So what does that mean? That means that they're going to fall a lot faster than they rise. All right? But you have to always just keep in mind the overall trend. All right? So let's first start talking about, let's talk about last week. So what was going on last week? A lot of the same thing, right? So we're going to always take a look at SPY. When I start to analyze the market, you always start with SPY, right? And you want to do that because you want to get a feel of what's going on a broader scale. Okay, so SPY is the S&P 500. If you don't know, this ETF holds the top 500 companies in the market, right? So a lot of times people say, quote unquote, the market, they'll be talking about SPY. All right, so you take a look at SPY here. We've really been consolidating a lot since November. There is one bearish thing that I see, but you have to also take into account the bigger picture, right? So the bigger picture here from the daily is that we are in a uptrend, and we are not really in danger of not being in an uptrend anymore at this point. I'm still bullish. This is still buy the dip opportunities because it's still very bullish. One thing that I will say is you could say it's a bearish indication, but you can't time it, is this right here. All right. So if you guys have been paying attention to my posts, you guys know that I've been talking about divergence lately. All right. So I've been talking about a lot of divergence because honestly, divergence is one of the best setups to kind of see. Now, we've seen a lot of bullish divergence lately, but there's also a thing called bearish divergence, right? So bearish divergence is when the stock price is making higher highs, but the RSI is making lower highs. Okay. Now, a lot of times when you see this, you see right here, higher highs on the stock, lower highs on the RSI. A lot of times when you see this, that this can indicate that a stock is going to fall. But here's the thing. Bearish divergence is very hard to time. It's hard to time because this stock could fall a little bit and this could just be the down move that it needs to gain steam to go up again. You know what I'm saying? Because this isn't the first time that it's had a little bit of bearish divergence. So it had some back here as well. If you want to go back a little bit, even if we come back a little bit, we see that we were still kind of having bearish divergence, and we've been a lot higher since that point, you know? So can a drop still happen? Yes, we can drop a little bit more, but what I'm telling you is the market is still bullish, all right? And until the overall trend changes, don't get caught slipping with downside, right? So we could get some more downside, but at this point, in my opinion, you still are looking for buy the dip opportunities. To me, that maybe wouldn't change until we have to break below 575, right? We have to break down below here for me to be like, I don't know. Maybe we might start to really trickle down. You also have the 200 down here below 575 as well. So until we break 575, everything is about a dip opportunity. That's the way I'm looking at it. Point blank, period. The market is still bullish. There's no reason to be scared. You know, how this works is this thing just keeps going up and it's going down. It's ranging. I mean, that's what it is. And you have to understand what kind of market you're in, right? So you're in the market with a president like Donald Trump who can control the market with his phone. You know, he can make one tweet, and that can really be the difference of you being up a lot and you being down a lot if you're on the wrong end. You know, so a lot of stuff going on. You know, you also have things going on with Elon Musk, with President Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? He running things too, it feels like. So who knows, man? You just always got to stay on your toes and understand that the market that we're in right now is not really swing trade friendly. You know, if you've been swing trading any this year, then you know that swing trading has been a lot harder to do this year, right? And it's just because it's been so volatile. Like we haven't been having these huge trends like this yet. You know, are we going to stabilize? We might, but we haven't yet. Okay, so my overall view on SPY is it's still bullish. I would love to see a little bit more dip. If it does, it's not bearish in my opinion until we break 575, right? So note, we are not charting Tesla yet. This is just SPY, right? So we got SPY here. And if you guys want to know how or what I use to chart, I do use TradingView. That's my favorite platform to chart. If you still have Thinkorswim, their platform is good too. But TradingView is the best free one. I have the free version of TradingView. I don't even pay for the regular TradingView. So, you know, if you don't have the paid version, it's perfectly fine. The regular one is fine. All right. So that's SPY. That's SPY. For upside, I mean, you have to break the highs. You know, you got to break 612, 613. If you don't break it, you're going to see more chop. All right. That's just what it is. Okay. Let's go next. Let's take a look at QQQ. Let's clear our chart. and you'll notice that it looks very identical, right? So QQQ, a little bit of the same. Look at this right there. Higher highs on the stop price, lower highs on the RSI. That's bearish divergence. And it looks very identical, right? So you really can't hardly even tell the difference between SPY and QQQ. QQQ also rejected off of those highs again. So could we come down? Yes, but at what point would I want to maybe flip a little bearish? I wouldn't flip bearish until under 500. We're still $26 away. All right. I just don't want y'all to get caught. Like every time that it's been dipping down, buyers have been stepping in. Until that changes, you don't change it either. All right. So QQQ and SPY look the same. It needs to break the all-time high to get more upward movement, and has to break down under 500 for more downward movement. So we're still in consolidation. It's not a whole lot you can do right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So the theme here, and I did this on purpose, I haven't even went in depth with my watch list yet, because I want to show you guys exactly what I look for step by step. So as I'm looking at this with y'all, this is a lot of this stuff is my first time looking at this weekend. So I want to do that for y'all so you can see my exact thought process, not just me finding it already. Right? I already know how to find the stocks. I'm trying to show you guys how to do it. Okay. So my analysis from SPY and QQQ right now is that we're still choppy. It can still go either way. I'm not too bearish. I'm not too bullish. I'm kind of neutral, right? So what I would do here, I would be prepared for both ways. There needs to be some A+ setups to the upside and some A+ setups to the downside. I want to be able to do both ways just in case. All right. So guys, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, leave a like. If you are enjoying this, we'll keep on doing more every week. All right. So let's get to the stocks, right? So the first stock I look at, and then I just start going in order. PLTR. So PLTR is one that we banked on last week. We took it down from that 106 rejection last week and took it all the way down to sub 100. So shout out to everybody that made money on PLTR. We actually went undefeated with the day trades last week. So that was amazing. So PLTR is simple. PLTR is one that you want to watch if the market continues to come down. Okay. So very simple here. PLTR has a gap from 96 to 84.27. Right. So this is my thought process. You know, the next down move can happen under 96, and you know that it can fall to 84.27. So that is about $12. So you ask yourself, is $12 enough for you to make money on Palantir? Okay. Ask yourself, is $12, is that type of move enough for me to make money on Palantir? Okay. And I hope you say, yes, it is. That is more than enough money for you to make some money on Palantir. As you guys know, you only have to catch a piece of the move. Okay. So let me tell you, I'll show you guys, give you guys another gem, exactly what I'll be looking for. Okay. So my favorite method of entry is the break and retest and chart patterns, right? So two things that you want to look for here, and you can come back to this. If this plays out, this is probably what you're going to see. You want to see it break. You want to see it retest right around here to take it down lower. All right. You never buy something just because it hits a certain number. You never do that. All right. You're going to lose money eventually doing that. What you want to do is wait for it to retest. Okay. This is the break and retest. And I have a video on my page that explains this in depth, exactly how to trade it. On the retest, if you're looking for a bearish retest, you are looking for things such as bearish hammers and bearish engulfings around the level when it retests. Okay. That is your confirmation that this stock does have a higher chance to keep coming down. All right. So PLTR, I want puts under 96, especially if the market is still continuing to fall. It has room to come down $12, right? Is it going to come down $12 in a single day? I don't think so. All right. All you have to do is catch a piece of the move. It won't take a lot for you to make money. So that method would be the break and retest. What else can you see? You can also see PLTR come down, break straight through, and give you a bear flag pattern. Okay? So you guys, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I talk about the bear flag a lot. Okay? So I love flag patterns. These patterns are the best high probability setups. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, they're the best high probability setups that you can learn because they play out very well. Let me show you guys the last time a bear flag played out, and we made money from this. And I'm mad because there was really no reason for me to sell it. That was crazy that I actually sold. The last time a bear flag happened was Friday. So take a look at how powerful the bear flags are when you understand levels. Okay, so first of all, notice that 607 was a support from Thursday. This is the 5-minute chart on SPY. So we traded SPY. Actually traded SPY twice on Friday. One of them I did live, and the other one I signaled in the chat. Okay, so 607 here was a level that was held. Notice how SPY broke 607 and it came back and retested. Okay, but on the retest, what was it giving you? Look at this. A bear flag. So it gave you a bear flag right there, and literally we got in. I think I called it right on this candle or this candle, and it pushed up just a little bit, retested again, and just absolutely tanked, right? So I ended up taking profits at like 12 to 15%, but it just ended up going absolutely insane. And I'm mad that I didn't hold runners or anything on that. That was crazy. All right. So this is the last time that I used the bear flag. Literally was Friday. Okay. And if you are in the free version of my Discord, you will see that I trade the same exact way. I look for these same exact setups. I don't trade 50,000 different things. I'm looking for things to break levels, and I'm looking for flags or pennant patterns. 95% of my trades look the exact same. All right. It's all about the system. It doesn't matter how many stocks you trade. I don't care if you got 50,000 stocks in your watch list or if you got 5. If you don't have a system, you will not be successful. You have to find something that's boring. Okay? These flags are boring. I have to wait for them to set up. A lot of times I can go days without having a trade, or I can have a day where I have 2 or 3 trades. Okay? It's all about being patient. You have to be okay with being bored. All right? You don't have to trade every day. I always tell my group, I say 1 good trade is better than 10 okay trades. Imagine catching this 1 good trade all the way down. Imagine how much money you would have made. And we do have some people that did catch this all the way down. Shout out to Miss Mel. Miss Mel actually caught this whole move. All right. So that's the bear flag. That's something that you can look for on PLTR to possibly form, maybe. All right. So I hope that made sense on that. So PLTR is definitely on watch. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we can see here. All right. So when I'm looking for stocks, I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking to see if it's forming a pattern, if it's breaking a level or near a level. And if it's not doing either one of those, I'm not watching it. Simple as that. So PLTR is on our list. Nvidia is not on my list. All right. So I did have like a bull flag for Nvidia, but it did start to break down. So as of right now, I'm not really watching it. And it also has earnings coming up, right? So it's going to probably shake up the market a little bit. The market could possibly come down or go up along with what Nvidia does. So Nvidia is going to be very interesting this week. AMD is one that a lot of people are in on AMD. I'll say that. And what I would say is, don't be surprised if they pull the rug one more time to shake some of y'all out and then send it. That's kind of what I see. I think you still got a little window to get AMD. I feel like they will send it down a little more. I don't know if they'll let it come all the way down to here where I really want it. I really want it at 93. I really want it down here, but I'm not sure if they'll let it get down there. I do feel like it's going to go a little lower. I do think you still have time to get in, but AMD is one that's more so long term at this point. They're down a lot from the highs, and if it does happen to get to 93, I will be trying to get some leap options for 26 and 27. So uh, AMD not an immediate watch, just kind of just on the list that I'm just kind of eyeing a little bit. So AMD been kicking you. Yeah, AMD's been tough. It's been tough to trade for sure. This has not been an easy trading year, right? So this trading year has been very hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's been very hard. Apple. So Apple did have some news that came out. I think it was Friday. Might have been Friday that Apple had news come out. I think something about they will be having a center in the United States, I believe. I'm not too keen on news. I'm a charts guy, but I think that's what it was. I think Apple is going to have their centers in the U.S. instead of having them in Mexico, I believe. So if a stock is to have some upside this week, it probably would be Apple, right? Just strictly off of news. Apple could have some upside this week, and they do have a little level around here. You see, you got a touch here, 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 and then you kind of wicking off here a few times. So above, if it stays above 247, it could be good. But the way the market has been, who knows, right? So this might be a little side watch just in case for me. Apple might be a just in case. Might have a little side alert for Apple above, really probably above the high of Friday. Above 248.75. Put that down on my phone. I'll watch Apple above 248.75. That's one that could have upside just because of that news, right? So he's trying to bring the jobs to the United States, exactly what Trump wants. So we'll see. ACB, not much. Boeing, not much. You kind of see the same thing here again. With that, bearish divergence. So you're seeing quite a bit of bearish divergence. I ain't gonna lie. You are seeing quite a bit of bearish divergence, but overall trend is still bullish. Now Tesla. This one's interesting. I can go ahead and tell you Tesla is definitely on the watch list this week. Tesla is on high watch for me this week. If you look at Tesla right here, Tesla does have a level right around 361, 362, right around that area. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why it's a level. Look here, boom, boom. Was a resistance there. And then was a resistance again here, here. And it was a support a couple of times. Right there and right there. All right, so this is a super key level that we actually rejected off of again. Okay, so we rejected 362 for Tesla. You can see that kind of enticed the move down a little bit. Now, you also got a little bit of a bear flag again there on Tesla. All right, so Tesla rejected the key level and kind of broke down from this bear flag. Kind of looks like a rising wedge just a little bit. So Tesla did break down. The 200 is right here, right around 302, 303. So if we see continuation, Tesla could keep coming down. Now on a larger scale, the retest of the big time breakout is really down here, right around. I'm gonna have to do a little box because it's not a specific spot, but it's definitely around this area. Right up in this 260-ish, 270-ish area. Right up in this area is where the real breakout really started to happen. So I'm not shocked if it does come back down. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, Tesla has a lot going on because of Elon Musk. He's doing a lot with politics and feels like he's running the country too. So, he's kind of like on that level with Trump right now. Anything that he says can be used for him or it could be used against him. I know a lot of people are talking about, the car sales and all that. But in my opinion, it's not financial advice. I don't feel like they're too worried about a car. I won't say they're not worried about the cars anymore, but they are getting into a lot more than just cars. If you've been kind of following along the actual company. So Tesla's going to be very interesting in the next few years. I'll say that. I will say that. But yeah, you do have the 200 down here. If Tesla, the market continues down, Tesla should probably be one of the top stocks that you watch. So this is a bear flag on the daily chart that has already started breaking down. So if Tesla keeps breaking down, you should definitely watch it. Next level that it kind of can come down to 325, 326. That's the next level, which is like $10 away, $10 or $11 away at this point right now. All right, so it could just continue to trickle down, and if it gets under that, I mean, you got a straight shot down to the 200 down at 302, 303. So could be another $20-something drop on Tesla. You know, I hate to see it, but it is what it is. So right now we got two stocks that we can watch here, or three. Palantir to the downside. We got Tesla to the downside. Then we have Apple possibly to the upside if we bounce. All right. So I like those so far. Those three I'm watching. Amazon. Somebody just pointed out Amazon. Let's see. Who said Amazon? Miss Naomi said Amazon. All right. So let's see what we see. Amazon here. So Amazon is just cooling off. You know, a lot of stocks have kind of been running for a while. So a lot of times people will get scared of these stocks that are great companies. You should be licking your chops whenever some of these companies start falling, like Amazon and Google. You know, so at this point right now, Amazon is pulling back. You have the 200 down here right around $200. You also have the old retest. So 200 was the old retest. You could come back down and come test it again. If it doesn't bounce here, I think you can see a move down to 200. Now, this is something that I would probably watch. Not really my type of setup. Not my type of setup, but it does look pretty good. All right, so maybe I think it could still come down some, but it's just not my type of setup right now. Let's see Google. Google, a little bit of the same, right? So Google has room to come down a little bit. So it did have some consolidation, end up bursting through on Friday here. So it did fall down. Google's 200 is right at 175. So a lot of stocks are getting closer to 200. A lot of them are getting closer to the 200. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a lot of stocks come down a little more to test that 200. You get one or two more big red days, and a lot of people get shook out of their position. So I hope the stocks do come down a little bit more. That'll open up some buying opportunities back to the upside, in my opinion. So Google probably wouldn't be on my watch list, but if it does get down to 175, you could look at it. Meta has been a beast. I mean, it's been a beast for the past 3-4 years. But yeah, Meta, a little bit of the same thing, kind of just blowing off a little steam. You probably would prefer to see a retest down here at 632. This was the breakout area. Is it gonna get down there though? No, I don't know. I don't know if it'll get there, but that's the retest area. Okay, so stocks could just consolidate a little more, then rip back up. But if they're going to retest, these are the places where you kind of would want to maybe look at buying the dip on them at. All right. So what I'm doing, I'm going through here and I'm looking for the stocks that's ready right now. These are some stocks that could be ready soon. We want to know, what do we have now? All right. So that's what we got on Meta. Let's see. Let's keep moving. Snow. Snow is actually a stock that I really love this year. I think Snow is going to have a great year just because of the technical setup. All right, so you look on the weekly. They actually just rejected the 200 on the weekly. But on the weekly time frame, they have broken a downtrend that they've been in since 2021. Okay, now they do have earnings coming up, so it's going to be very hard to play them. Earnings could just send this thing straight back down. Who knows? But, you know, this thing is trying to break out. So maybe if you can catch it around 160, that could be really good. Could possibly be really, really good if you can catch it around 160. That would be the retest of the breakout right here on the weekly chart. So, Snow, not anything that I watch immediately. But, you know, Looks like it can come down a little more. So you're seeing the common theme. A lot of things kind of just look like they can trickle down a little bit. Microsoft. Microsoft rejecting the 200 MA. Still rejecting the 200 MA. Does have a little bit of bullish divergence. So I actually had wrote this out on like Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. And I didn't even play it. So kind of mad about that. But yeah, they got bullish divergence. Still trying to hold this 406 level. So yeah, not really ready yet. Could it be a good buy to dip opportunity? Maybe. We'll see. But I don't think it's something that I watch immediately right now. DAL, nothing for me. MU is just in a huge range. It needs to break 84 or break 115. Riot and Mara, they haven't done anything in months. Bitcoin hasn't done anything. Let me talk about Bitcoin a little bit. I actually want Bitcoin to come down. I think you see, I got a level here that says load the boat. So for me, it's not financial advice. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to load the boat if we get down here again. You get to 72, okay? I'll be loading the boat on a Bitcoin. All right, so that is the retest of the larger breakout, right? So this happened during the, when Trump first got elected. So they got happy about crypto. I think if you bring crypto down again, that'll shake out people, consolidate it for a while, and they'll send it right back up probably. So it's good to be diverse. I'll say that. I don't think crypto is better than stocks or options at all. It is just not. But if it does get back down here, this could be a really good opportunity, possibly. Shopify, a little bit of the same thing. So we're seeing a very common theme, y'all. So take a look at it. Higher highs, lower highs, right? So stocks needed to fall. They needed to fall. A lot of things just had bearish divergence. It needed to fall, what it looks like. Coinbase is right at the 200 MA. The chart hasn't really been doing too much at all, but it is near the 200. Not really a setup, but they do have a gap. They do have a mean gap right here. They have a gap from 220 down to 196. So could we possibly fill that gap? Maybe. We could maybe fill that gap. Now that makes me think about, what does MSTR look like? So MSTR, I ain't even see this. MSTR, this is a huge triangle pattern right here that it's been in for a while, right? They broke down. Their 200 is down here at 249, so like $50 away. So it wouldn't be crazy to see crypto kind of pull back, right? So we're kind of seeing the signs, more so on the stocks than Bitcoin itself. But if this does pull back, maybe you could look to buy or add some down here. And for MSTR, the big time retest is down here at 185, so you're still like $115 away. But yeah, that's what it is. So a lot of things just kind of look, Let's see, what else do we have? Google, we went to Meta, Microsoft, Mara, Bitcoin, Shopify, Coinbase, Neo, Lyft. This one I've kind of showed some people a little bit. Lyft does kind of look like a inverse head and shoulders a little bit on the weekly chart. It's going to be interesting to see if it plays out. Now, if it does play out, it's going to take a long time, but kind of does look like a inverse head and shoulders. Then you have Uber who kind of rejected that same kind of level 82 again, so we'll see. Got PayPal was able to make quite a bit on the PayPal swing for most of them. Had some contracts on PayPal that hit 20% right here. I told everybody to trim or take profit up here at 20%, and kind of got killed a little bit afterwards. So why it got killed is because you take a look at Block XYZ. Block got destroyed on earnings, so that kind of brought down PayPal a little bit. But I know PayPal does have Investor Day this week, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. This could just be a fake out to send it up again. Who knows, right? Because you do have a level here that has been really strong. So we'll see. It kind of just broke straight through on Friday because the overall market was so weak. So we'll see what PayPal does. PayPal could be a good one to get into, maybe to re-enter. FSLR. Not really one that I watch a whole lot. That's block. XRP. Even XRP. I mean, even if you look at XRP, this kind of looks like a head and shoulders a little bit. You know, XRP kind of looks like a head and shoulders, especially if it breaks that trend line. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We are a Trump tweet away from sending it down, or a Trump tweet away from it faking out all of this bad stuff and just sending it to new highs. So, yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. Just be careful. You say Microsoft for swings? I don't know about that. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's holding. As long as it's holding 406, then I can't talk you off of it. I can't talk you off of it as long as it's holding 406. Now let's talk about something that's been really strong lately. This thing hasn't been strong in years. Baba. So Baba is going absolutely crazy. I wouldn't chase it up here. I would, at this point, this is what I look for. Look for some type of pullback to give you some kind of pattern, because it is just going insane. Could it continue to have strength? Yes, it very well could. And it also has, I didn't even see this, Baba has a gap. So Baba even has a gap from 148 up to 161, 162. Jesus Christ. Baba is still strong. So Baba does have a gap. If Baba is still strong, I can't talk you off of trading it to the upside. It has a gap from 148 to 161. That's insane. So a more than $10 gap. So yeah, be on the lookout for Baba. I'll say that. I'll throw Baba on the watch list above 148. If it gets above 148, it's probably gonna go some more. I would love to see it cool down some, because, man, look at the RSI. RSI on it is above 85, so that is hot. But, who are we to say that a stock is too high, That makes me think about what does PDD look like. So PDD is moving up a little bit as well. Not as much as Baba, but they do look okay. What does Neo look like? Neo not doing much. Alright, so Neo not doing much though. Alright, so those are some Chinese stocks. Let's see. Y'all drop some stocks, man. That's really probably all I'm gonna be watching. Main watch is gonna be Tesla put's gonna be on main watch, PLTR puts on main watch, and Apple's definitely gonna be on watch to the upside a little bit. It's not a bunch of upside setups right now, so if you guys want us to go over something, y'all drop it in the chat here. What do you guys want to see? What y'all want to see? Or if you have any question at all, drop the questions in here. Amazon, yeah, we went over Amazon already. Amazon, not really much on there. Not much on Amazon. XLE, let's see, what is that? Energy sector. I mean, it's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not really doing much. Kind of just in a big range. Not doing much on that one, unfortunately. Let's see now, Miss Michelle, how you doing? Let's see now. Oh, hold on. Now could be something possibly. So now actually is getting near the 200. So if you get like a little bullish hammer down here, this could be good. Could be good to catch a little bounce on it. Now looks like it possibly could bounce off this 200 MA. It could possibly bounce soon, especially if it gets down to this. Let's see if it has a level. Not really much of a level. Got a little something around 928, so right around the 200. So I'll watch it around 928. You could watch it on there for a bounce. It's pretty decent. XLV. Let's see XLV. Y'all put me on some new stuff. I don't know what all this stuff is. XLV. This is healthcare. Now this actually looks pretty good. I don't know how much this moves, but it's actually in a bear flag, right? I'm sorry, the bull flag. This isn't a bull flag, so this thing could break out. Especially looks like if it gets above 127.3, you could see another breakout possibly for this. I have to kind of look at what's in here, because if this thing is bull flagging, that means that there are some stocks that are in this fund that are looking good as well. So this is a bull flag. This looks pretty decent. I'll give you that. That looks pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. GEV, VRT, CVNA. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's start with GVT. I don't know what that is. Wait, did I get that right? GVT? Oh, GEV. Sorry, GEV. GEV. What is that? Electric. All right. This one, you're definitely getting near some support. So right around up in here is support. All of this is support. So could possibly look to buy the dip up in here. Just from what it's been doing, it's been holding. So as long as it's holding, you want to stay on the side of history. You could get a bounce up in there. Look like anywhere between 323 and 313. Looks like it's the bounce area. You got a pretty wide range, but you get a bullish hammer up in there, it could be pretty good. All right, so VRT, CVNA. VRT and CVNA. VRT. Apparently this is one that I've looked at recently. Somebody probably told me to look at it before. VRT looks like it had a support area that it didn't hold. It knifed straight through the 200 and the support. At this point, you do have a little bit of a fall that could be had. So looks like it can fall a little bit. So this one definitely looks bearish to me. CVNA. What's CVNA? Carvana. I should have knew that. Carvana. They been getting killed the last couple days. Carvana. I don't know. I mean, it's just been dropping. The next major place isn't down here until 188. But it's probably not something I would touch. It's not really a setup. It's kind of just falling. So probably not something that I would touch, but it does definitely look a little bearish. SMCI. SMCI has been running. We made some money on SMCI. Was it last week or the week before? One of them. SMCI. Probably gotta look at it from the 4 hour. So they still look good. Kind of just consolidating a little bit. So I would say probably just let it consolidate until it wants to break out and take it to the upside again. So where is quote unquote upside? Where can this be? Next places for SMCI will be around here, around 72. After 72, yeah, that's definitely a spot. You still got a lot of room on SMCI. That basically what I'm saying. You got a lot of room still. So hopefully this does consolidate a little bit. If it does consolidate a little bit and give you a little pattern, you take the breakout to 72 plus. So SMCI still looks good. I just kind of want to see it cool down just a little bit, maybe pull back some. If it does come down and retest 50, that could be a decent entry. You see here that 50 was a tough spot, so right around there. If you look right there, you can see, I'll point it out for you right here. Right around 50. Got here, and kind of close to there. And then you have a couple spots where it had held as a support up in here and up in here. All right, so you could get a pullback down to 50, or if it just consolidates and it breaks out, I'm looking for 72 plus. So it has a lot more room to kind of run, in my opinion. So that's nice. I like that one. I like that. Doesn't look like it's ready yet, but it looks good. JNJNGEO. All right. If you guys, once again, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to look at the, click on my profile here. You can join the free version of my Discord, or if you want to join my trade community, you can if you want to. I do have a lot of free stuff though. If you just want to do the free stuff, I'm gonna be going live every Sunday and throughout the week too. Throughout the week as well. I don't find out how to get on YouTube live now, so we finna be utilizing this. GEO. I ain't seeing much with J and J. GEO. This actually like it can maybe fall, especially if it starts to get below. Starts to get below that 24.5. This is like it can fall. It has like a, this is what I call an elevator setup, right? So you just got straight green candles pretty much. I mean, it could possibly fall. I don't know. All right. So yeah, that's what I see, man. That's what I see. I ain't gonna hold y'all hostage here all night. We've been on for like 50 minutes, so I appreciate y'all time today. Once again, the stocks that we're watching, I'll go over them really quickly here. SPY. So SPY, once again, just got sent right back into the chop. I'm not necessarily bullish. I'm not necessarily bearish either, right? This was bearish divergence that had this little drop here. You're not really super bearish until you get under 575. You're not really bullish until you break above 613. All right. PLTR is one that I am watching this week. Under 96, it has room to fall to 84. Is it going to fill that gap in one day? Probably not, but it can possibly catch a good move. Another one I'm watching here is Apple. So Apple could possibly have upside just off the strength of the news. If the market bounces, Apple will probably have a nice few days, maybe. So Apple is one that I kind of would watch. Above Friday's high would be pretty decent. All right. Last but not least, Tesla. This one's for larger accounts, of course. If you're a small account, I wouldn't recommend. But Tesla right here, Tesla has a bear flag pattern that it had broke down from, and also rejected a key level last week. So definitely on this 325, you could make your way down to the low 300s. Yeah. So that's what I got for this week, man. I appreciate y'all hopping on. Once again, make sure you like, leave a comment, and subscribe if this was helpful. I appreciate y'all. Join the free Discord if you want to. Shoot me a message on Instagram if you want to see more.